his fur gets so matted.
Yeah, no, my dog and my dog's a puppy, so he won't get brushed. He won't let you brush. He'll bite you.
The only person my dog will let brush him is quite literally me, and I don't know why.
Aww.
He usually tries attacking the brush. I'm like, okay.
You have a gentle soul. Hey, welcome. We've just started this, and we're talking about our dogs. But now I'm going to tell you that we are locating critical points by finding the derivative and figuring out where the derivative is set equal to 0 or undefined. Okay, we're back at it. Here we are. So let's find the derivative. He is a polynomial, so he's so easy to find the derivative of. Yes. Now, I'm going to locate the critical points by finding where this guy is either equal to 0 or undefined. Now, he's a polynomial. Is this guy ever going to be undefined? No. So, let's just set him equal to 0 then. So these particular x values are the locations of critical points, meaning these are possible maxes or mins. And the way we're going to compare on a closed interval if something is a max or a min is we're going to get out of here. We're going to evaluate the lefternmost endpoint and find out what its y value is, okay? So we're just doing this fast. I know we know the math. We can just plug it in our calculator and check it out, right? So I'm gonna do you guys know how to do this fast, how to check the sign fast? You could either graph it and go on the table, or you could store a value. And then since we're gonna be testing a bunch of stuff in the same function, you can just do x cubed minus 3x squared plus 1 and get your sign, right? So then now if I want to see where this guy is, well, you could just do 0 on your own, right? F of 0 is going to be 1. F of 2, now you could just do 2 store for x and then just pick up the other one and then it'll tell you the answer. And then F of 4 store for x, pick up the other one. Okay, so now you can evaluate what the absolute max or the absolute min is on this closed interval. What's the highest y? The highest y is happening where? Yes, so this would be considered the absolute max. What's the lowest? Yeah, this guy's going to be the absolute min. And then let's talk about how, since he's on a closed interval, he has an absolute min and an absolute max. And then there's other maxes and mins kind of, but they're happening in their own little area. So we would call them a local max. It's like a local celebrity. Is he going to sell out the Garden? No. Is he going to sell out, I don't know. Where do people perform around here? Is he going to sell out Jose Joe's? I don't know. Jose Joe's should have live music. What do you guys think?
Especially during the summer.
You what?
Especially during the summer.
Right? Or do they have a little patio area? They don't, do they? Just the Arlington does. Does the Arlington have music in the summer?
Mm-hmm.
They should.
The Braddock's Bay Tavern and Grill has music every Saturday.
Yes. Oh, he works for Big Braddock's Bay, you know?
Big Braddock's Bay.
All right, guys, what do you think? The next one? Let's find the deriv. What do you think? Let's find the deriv so we can find the critical points. Jacob, you're singing the next one, so get ready.
I disagree.
Jacob, warm up that singing voice. Wait, so if you want to sing happy birthday to someone, do you just sing in your regular speaking voice? Like, happy birthday to you. So what do I got? I got u prime v minus uv prime.
AKA.
Sound a little
Stressed out.
overall.
Go for real.
Your hard not life over there.
Let's clean this up just a bit. So what do I get? x squared. Ugh, I can't factor that out. That's okay. All right. So, if I want to find where the first derivative is equal to 0, what part am I going to set equal to 0? Good job. So I'm going to take x squared minus 6x plus 1, and I'm going to set it equal to 0. And I don't feel like using the quadratic formula, so I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to find the roots real fast. All right, so I got x equals 0.17. X equals... You can also use poly tools or whatever. But I'm so used to this way from teaching A1 that it's just usually what I do. Okay, yay. So where's this guy undefined? What should we do? Set the denominator equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
Square root both sides, x equals 3 is where we are undefined, okay? So these are all possible locations of critical points. But we are only on an interval from -4 to 2. Are there any of these that I can throw out? Yeah, any more? Yeah. Oh, yay. I only have 2 things, or 3 things that I need to test. So I'm going to find f of -4, f of 0.17, and f of 2. What does it look like on the graph could perchance be happening at 0.17?
Maybe a max.
Maybe an x, right? We're going to talk about how to find those later on, but let's go ahead and see what these y's are here. Okay. I am testing or plugging these into the original. Okay. So I'm going to store -4. How was your cool thing that you did yesterday, Declan? I forget what it was called.
Oh, I fell asleep during it.
You don't know. That's like the story of my life.
He had such a monotone voice, and he was just talking about what aerospace was. Ernie knew what aerospace was. And they were really comfy chairs.
All the requirements were met.
And then we went to the shed, which was cool. It's the new building in IT.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
like a 4-story shop class, basically.
That's kind of cool.
Just a bunch of tools and stuff. It's like a tool shed.
In my retirement, I will 100% be teaching myself woodworking or taking classes or something.
Can you do
In your
woodworking?
retirement.
Yeah. I don't know.
What years do you have left?
Well, so many. So many. I was born to retire, baby. No, they're gonna make me keep coming back every year after that too. What? Pull a Kraus.
Who's going to teach IV analysis?
You. I passed the torch. All right, what do you guys think? What's my absolute max?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's my absolute min?
Okay.
Yeah. What's he? Local min. Local jokes get local work. There you go. All right. Let's go to the next one. It says, how do you think maxes and mins relate to calculus? What is happening at these points? Well, horizontal tangent lines happen when the derivative is equal to 0. These are what are traditionally thought of as your maxes and mins, right? But there's another case where you could have an undefined derivative and it could be a max or a min. And that is called a cusp, or sometimes they're called corners. So corners, cusps. This is where the derivative is undefined, but could still be a max or a min. How on earth is that possible? Well, think about it, right? if I were to draw the tangent lines as I scooch along this little graph, right? All of the tangent lines to the left of this maximum here would be positive. All of the tangent lines between this max and this min would be negative because they have negative slopes. Like if I draw the line, it probably shouldn't use green to indicate negative, but you know, here we go. So these would be negative, right? And then all the way until I get down to the minimum. And then to the right of that minimum there, we would have positive slopes. And then what happens at this funky guy right here? If I try to draw a slope or a tangent line, what would the slope of that tangent line be right there? Undefined. So many of you guys got that on the test. I was so proud of you. That was a sneaky question. You can write the equation of the tangent line as x equals whatever x coordinate it passes through, but the slope itself is undefined. And that was really interesting. Like a lot of you guys there's no one in here that still needs to take the test, right? You took it? Yeah. So you had like m tan is equal to 0, right? And then you had to find the slope of the normal line, right? So this is really like 0 over 1. So when you flip them, you get 1 over 0. Can you divide by 0? And then if you negate it, still same thing. Still can't divide by 0. So his slope was undefined. Anyway.
Like 5 times because I was not.
Really? Well, now you know, right? So that's how we could have a point on the graph where the derivative is undefined. There's another spot where the derivative is undefined, but it's not a point on the graph, and that would be at a vertical asymptote. Does that make sense to you? How could he be a max or min if he's not even a point on the graph? Right? Huh? I know that chair is not comfy, so hopefully you don't fall asleep. But what we would get to here is basically putting it all together when finding critical points. We find where the derivative is equal to 0 and where it's undefined, because a corner or a cusp could be a max or a min. That's why we got to do both. So our formal definition over here would be if f prime of c, meaning c is like a x value along the graph, is equal to 0, or f prime of c is undefined, then c is a critical point. All right. So why don't you try to locate the absolute max and the absolute min on this guy. Try this one on your own, okay? I'll put the solution on the board in a second. Try to work through this guy. Anybody stuck? Summon me.
2.
What did I get? Oh, yep. Where's the absolute min happening? Yes, good job. All right, cool. You guys have located your critical points. Now we are going to talk about intervals of increase and decrease in just another moment. Let's try this one. But before you try this one, I want you to do something funky. No, it's not funky at all. I just want you to grab it. Sorry. Sorry if you thought that was going to be more exciting than it was.
Can I leave that test thing on my calculator? I don't need it anymore, right? The like thing you put up, I can get out of it.
Yeah, you can. Did you guys see the other gift I gave you? I put in there? Okay, you'll find it. It's more appropriate for Saturday, but I sent you guys a Valentine on there.
Really?
It's very nerdy.
In the notes?
It's very nerdy. No, it's in your documents.
I want to delete it.
Oh wait.
So sorry.
What's the name?
She took the Valentine and made her and lit it on
Well, you said I
fire.
could delete it. I did.
Wait, oh, I know how to graph this over a domain. Do you guys remember how to graph this over the domain? It might be helpful for you on the IB exam if you ever have to like envision a graph that has clear start. Yes, it's blue.